Identifying narcissistic traits in a partner can be challenging, as narcissism exists on a spectrum and varies from person to person. Often it's a subtle and insidious pattern of behaviors that can leave you feeling confused, hurt, and questioning your own reality. You might find yourself making excuses for their behavior or wondering if you're overreacting. Here are 10 potential signs your partner could exhibit narcissistic tendencies. Let's start with how a narcissist views themselves. They often see themselves as superior to others, believing they are unique and special in ways that others simply cannot match. Does your partner constantly sing their own praises, even when it's unwarranted? Do they dominate conversations, making everything about their own experiences and achievements? Do they exaggerate their accomplishments at work, their talents, or their social standing? This behavior can be a red flag indicating a deeper issue with self-importance. They may truly believe they are more intelligent, more attractive, or more successful than the evidence suggests, and they will remind you of it constantly. This inflated self-view can be exhausting for those around them. This need to be seen as special often leads to a constant need for admiration. They crave attention and validation from others to maintain their self-esteem. They might fish for compliments or become visibly upset if their achievements aren't acknowledged and celebrated. This can create a cycle of seeking approval and feeling let down when it doesn't come. Pay attention to how your partner talks about themselves and others. Do they show empathy and interest in other people's lives? Or is it always about them? Do they acknowledge their shortcomings or take responsibility for their mistakes? Recognizing these patterns can help you understand the dynamics of your relationship better. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. However, narcissists often struggle with empathy. Do you find yourself confiding in your partner about a difficult situation only to be met with indifference or even worse, a complete shift in focus back to themselves? You might share your deepest fears and vulnerabilities, hoping for comfort and understanding, but instead you're met with a blank stare or a dismissive comment. They might interrupt you constantly, steer conversations back to themselves, or completely disregard your opinions and feelings. Living with a partner who lacks empathy can leave you feeling emotionally drained and insignificant.
Number 3, lack of empathy.
Narcissists thrive on attention and admiration. Their need for validation is insatiable, and they will go to great lengths to secure it, whether it's through boasting, exaggerating accomplishments, or seeking constant praise. Think about your partner's behavior. Do they become upset or withdrawn when they're not the center of attention? Narcissists often rely on external validation to prop up their ego and maintain a sense of superiority. Without it, they can feel exposed, vulnerable, and deeply insecure. This constant need for validation can be exhausting for their partners. A healthy relationship involves mutual support and respect, not a one-sided dynamic where one person's needs always come first. Number 5, manipulative behavior. Narcissists are often incredibly skilled manipulators. They know how to push your buttons, exploit your weaknesses, and use guilt, flattery, or emotional blackmail to get what they want. Gaslighting is a common tactic used by narcissists. This involves twisting your reality, making you doubt your own memories, perceptions, and sanity. They might deny saying or doing things you know they did, or accuse you of being crazy, oversensitive, or imagining things. This type of manipulation can be incredibly damaging to your self-esteem and sense of reality. Remember, manipulation is never acceptable in a healthy relationship. Number 6, sense of entitlement. Narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own importance and believe they are deserving of special treatment. They see themselves as superior to others and expect to be treated accordingly, often without any justification for such expectations. They might expect you to cater to their every whim, prioritize their needs above your own, or make exceptions for them that they wouldn't extend to others. This behavior can be particularly evident in professional settings, where they may demand special privileges. They might become enraged when they have to wait in line, feeling that their time is more valuable than anyone else's. This impatience can manifest in various public settings, causing scenes and discomfort for those around them. They may insist on getting the best table at a restaurant regardless of reservations or fairness. Their sense of entitlement can lead to frequent conflicts with service staff and other patrons, or they might expect you to drop everything to attend to their needs, showing little regard for your own responsibilities or well-being. This can be emotionally draining and lead to significant stress. They often have a difficult time understanding why they can't always get what they want. This lack of understanding can result in frequent outbursts and conflicts, leaving those around them feeling confused and frustrated, and might react with anger, frustration, or a sense of being personally slighted when their expectations aren't met. This reaction can be disproportionate to the situation, making it challenging to reason with them. This sense of entitlement often extends to your time, energy, and resources. They may take advantage of your kindness and willingness to help, leaving you feeling drained and overwhelmed. Remember, a healthy relationship involves mutual respect and a willingness to compromise. It's important to set boundaries and ensure that your needs are also being met in any relationship. Number 7, difficulty accepting criticism. Narcissists are often highly sensitive to criticism, even if it's constructive and well-intentioned. Any perceived slight or challenge to their ego can be met with defensiveness, anger, or rage. They might become completely dismissive of your feedback, minimizing your feelings or accusing you of trying to control them or put them down. This inability to accept criticism often stems from their fragile sense of self-worth. Because their ego is so dependent on external validation, any suggestion that they are not perfect can be deeply threatening. Remember, a healthy relationship involves being able to communicate openly and honestly with each other, even when it's difficult. Number 8, superficial charm. Narcissists can be incredibly charming, especially in the early stages of a relationship. They know how to turn on the charisma, showering you with attention, flattery, and grand gestures. However, this charm is often a facade, a carefully constructed persona designed to lure you in and make you feel special. Over time, you might notice that their charm seems to fade when you're alone or in private settings. The person who was once so attentive and complimentary might become critical, dismissive, or even cruel. It's important to remember that true intimacy is built on authenticity, not superficial charm. Number 9. Dominance in conversations. Narcissists often dominate conversations, steering the topic back to themselves and their accomplishments. They might interrupt you constantly, change the subject when it strays from their interests, or completely ignore your contributions to the conversation. They might talk incessantly about themselves, their achievements, their problems, or their opinions, without showing any genuine interest in your thoughts, feelings, or experiences. This one-sided communication style can be incredibly frustrating and isolating. Remember, a healthy relationship involves a balance of giving and receiving, listening and being heard. Number 10. Unrealistic expectations. Narcissists often have unrealistic expectations of their partners. They might demand perfection, loyalty, and unwavering adoration while failing to reciprocate these qualities in the relationship. They might set impossibly high standards for you, constantly criticizing your flaws and shortcomings while remaining oblivious to their own. This double standard can be incredibly frustrating and demoralizing. Remember, you are not here to fulfill someone else's unrealistic expectations or to be their constant source of validation. Number 11. Inability to maintain healthy relationships. Narcissists often have a history of troubled relationships. They might have a string of exes who they claim were crazy, jealous, or controlling. They might struggle to maintain close friendships and have a pattern of burning bridges and alienating people who genuinely care about them. This inability to sustain healthy relationships is often a major red flag. It suggests that the problem might not be everyone else, but rather a pattern of behavior that they are repeating in their relationships. Remember, healthy relationships require empathy, compromise, and a willingness to take responsibility for one's actions. Outro. What now? If you recognize several of these signs in your partner, it's essential to reflect on the impact their behavior has on your well-being. Take a moment to consider how their actions affect your daily life and emotional state. How does their behavior make you feel? Are you often left feeling anxious, sad, or unappreciated? Do you feel loved, respected, and valued in the relationship? It's important to assess whether your needs are being met, or do you feel constantly criticized, controlled, and emotionally drained. These feelings can significantly impact your mental health. Narcissistic tendencies can make relationships challenging, and it's crucial to prioritize your own emotional health and well-being. Remember, self-care is not selfish. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where you feel loved, respected, and supported. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. Seeking professional advice or support may help you navigate the situation and gain clarity on how to move forward. A counselor can offer valuable insights and coping strategies. A therapist can provide you with a safe and supportive space to explore your feelings and develop strategies for coping with the challenges of being in a relationship with a narcissist. Don't hesitate to reach out for help.